That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video. Okay.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
What's up, everybody? It's another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. I am your boy, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me, as always, is Eddie the Cocaine Casanova V.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, so it's another week, and we're back doing it again. Let's start with the usual. Eddie, the fuck have you been playing?
Mafia 3 pick back up Horizon Zero Dawn. Working on that, getting the platinum. It's my goal. I put it on easy so I can go through some things quicker because I already beat the game, so I just need to get some of the stuff. Last but not least, played like an hour and a half of Dead Cell. Actually got to stuff first, like Big Boss. After you leave the prison, like kind of like after you leave the prison, it like locks you on the side. So like the concierge.
Yeah, the concierge.
Yeah. So I got to him. I almost beat him, but ended up dying. So, but that's as far as I got. Been playing like over and over, trying to find out my best weapons and everything, and tactics.
What way are you leaning so far? I'm curious.
As in what, liking it or not liking it?
As far as like what kind of build you're working, are you leaning brutality, tactics, survival?
I'm not leaning actually to anything just yet.
Okay, still working it out.
Because I treat it almost as an RPG. Like in a sense, I kind of do, if I can, like get 3 survivals and 3 brutality, like kind of going back and forth between those two. I don't do nothing with the purple one just yet. So
okay.
I'm trying to go back and forth. Like, okay, if I need health, I do survival. Then I'll put some more health on me. But I'm just like, if I feel like I'm good with health, then I'll do my brutality and get that up. So, but that's pretty much what I've been playing. Really enjoying the game. Haven't picked it up in a bit because I was playing it so much Sunday and just didn't have time to pick it up just yet to play it. But I will probably be picking it up like a little bit later, and going through some runs of that game too. But I'm really enjoying it. Really loving that game.
Good, good. So I've been playing a lot of the same. Honestly, I've been playing mostly exclusively Dead Cells now that the full version is out. I stepped away from it on my PC a few months ago just because I knew it was coming to Switch, and I didn't want to sink any more progress into my PC version, knowing that I would end up having to redo it all on my Switch. And I gotta say, from just a couple months ago to the final build that's out now, there's some significant changes that I really, really like. One of the big ones is the Forge character.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really dig that. Being able to retweak the perks and stats on your weapons is awesome. I think there's a just perfect balance of randomization to it and cost risk reward ratio. I'm also really liking something that was not in the game last I played it on PC, and that's like just some of the flavor and story elements. Those to me as of the final build here, and I really, really dig it. There's some new stuff in there too, where you can find some secret rooms that sometimes they don't have a damn thing, and sometimes they've got some extra goodies. And oh man, dude, I found one in the clock tower. I'm like, what the fuck? This is awesome. I found a room in the clock tower that had a bonfire in it, and I clicked on it, and he sits down at the bonfire for a rest, and then he makes a comment. So it feels like something changed, and then I go back to the door to the way I came in. So I can finish making my way through the clock tower, and suddenly there's now a couple of enemies there that weren't there before, and I go to knock them out, and instead of spilling, like a handful of gold, they're dropping like 15, 20 cells apiece. I'm like, yeah, jackpot.
Dang.
So I exited the clock tower. I started the clock tower with no cells on me and exited the clock tower with over 100. So,
Crap.
yeah, it was meaty. I'm like, awesome. Plus the bonfire is a nice little homage to Dark Souls, as well as when you get to it, if you pay attention in High Peak Castle, there are pictures and like paintings on the walls and frames, and one of them is of Solaire doing the praise the sun motion.
Wow.
It's awesome. There's some really cool little Easter eggs in there. I ran into, have you gotten to check out the electric whip yet?
I think that's like one of the first items that like dropped from.
Yeah, so I found a legendary version of the electric whip that was actually named something to the effect of like the Belmonterre or something.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, nice Castlevania throw.
Yeah, I actually like the whip is kind of like my weapon of choice.
The whip's solid. The whip is probably about as close to a melee weapon as I usually go. I found for me personally, I do really well with a tactics build. I love the bow and arrows. I like my range stuff in particular. Excuse me. The repeater crossbow, the quick bow worked really, really well for me. And I love some of the traps. I especially lean into the sinew slicers and the double crossbow-matics. Those have been awesome. I've played enough that I managed to get my entire plus modification filled out with the post-boss collector. So now all of my weapons and traps and items and powers that drop are all at least plus modified.
I usually do the bombs, like the big fire bombs.
Oh,
yeah, those are my weapon of choice. there's a fire one. Like it's like kind of like in a circle almost.
Yeah.
I've been using that. So I had a bow that it's like I guess like a little bomb comes out of it. And so I'm throwing the fire using the bow, and then just to make sure that I get a good radius, I just throw the bomb and kill and like hit everybody. It comes in handy when you got to fight that dial that throws out the shield against all the enemies, and you got to destroy him first before you destroy everybody else. Because those little sword arm enemies who can just flash to wherever you at if you attack them, they get on my last nerve. Even though they're slow when they attack, you want to get rid of them first.
Right. No, that's why I use the traps like the sinew slicer and the crossbow-matic, and I'm starting to lean more into the crossbow-matics and away from the sinew slicers. The slicers are faster and they deal bleed damage, but their overall damage is a lot lower than the crossbow-matics. The other thing too that I'm finding I'm really liking about the crossbow-matics is that they aren't limited to straight lines. They will they'll angle up and down some as needed. So I can pop them on a ledge where they're just out of reach for certain enemies, and it can still hit them. Yeah. I mean, I'll pump as many scrolls as humanly possible into my tactics, and combine that with the efficiency mutation to get my recharge time on them down. By the end of a run, I can get those things recharged in under 2.5 seconds.
Nice.
And I can sit there, pop them out real quick, drop down just below a platform where I'm out of reach, and let them clear out the area, and then go back in and just clean up the mess and wash, rinse, repeat. Following that same structure, I can take out like the concierge and the timekeeper in under 30 seconds apiece.
Nice.
I've got a clip shared of me knocking out the concierge in under 30 seconds flat. Remind me later. I will share it with you. It's awesome. Okay. I just drop the crossbow-matics, have them all pumped up, and let them just go to town.
Well, I think I had number 2 of that because I was dropping them when I was finding the boss.
Okay.
So, because mine was just like I threw a bomb, it hit everywhere, but also I was able to like throw the fire on this weapon that when you throw it on the ground, it just stays on it, lighting up, so it covers the big base area. Whenever he walks, he gets on fire, while the crossbows like shooting him and stuff.
Right. I've also learned too from going from the early access build on PC to a fresh start on the Switch now. I'm not just pumping my cells into every blueprint that I get. I'm being extremely selective because this way I can limit the amount of stuff that it can drop for me, and I've got a much higher likelihood of getting the things that I want and that I need to make my runs successful. So I'm pumping my cells into like my baseline stuff, like recycling, my gold retention, my health flask, things like that.
Yeah.
I'll pump it mutations, and then I will pump the rest into the plus modifiers. So I actually had one run where I managed to get both of my weapons and both of my traps all legendaries.
Well, this is what I wonder. When you unlock a weapon, and let's say you die, you got to start from the beginning. It's in those jars. You can never get them. They just show what you have, correct?
Right. So what's in those jars are the things that you've successfully unlocked. And at that point, they then go into they come into the rotation for things that can be randomly dropped into your run. Okay. So these are the things that may appear. So like I said, I'm limiting what I'm actually putting in there at this point, so that way I don't get tons of stuff that I don't want and that I don't like and won't use. And so that way it limits it mostly to just the things that I want. It'll still random in a couple of things outside of that because I've got so few unlocked. that it's trying to force me to mix it up a little.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I can usually get exactly what I'm after now because I've learned better. And what I'll end up doing is I'll probably end up starting a second save file where I start unlocking everything to fill all the jars. Just to say that. So, but yeah, no, I'm really, really digging. I'm super impressed with the final build. Like I said, I love some of the humor that they slipped in, like in between stages there by the mutations guy.
Mhm.
When you look at the corpse, he's like, "Wow, these all kind of look like me." Oh, never mind. You know, it's little shit like that. The fact that they make fun of the fact that you're dying over and over again, but just keep coming back to life. They've done such a great job. Also, awesome shout out to Signature Edition Games for a beautiful package on the Dead Cells hard copy from Signature. We've got an unboxing video of that up on the YouTube channel. I'll drop a link to that in the description so you can check that out. But man, at this point, second best physical edition I picked up for my Switch. The only one that tops it at this point is Octopath, just because of how much awesome shit they put into Octopath.
Shoot, they threw so much unexpected. You like, dang.
Yeah. But man, I'm really finding too, I am loving the music all over again. Like that double disc soundtrack in the Signature Edition, man, awesome.
I think collector's editions for Switch is becoming more valuable than anything else. So, like, of course, we all look at limited run games and how their collector's editions are sold out like in 2 seconds and stuff. And that will hold more value over a Call of Duty or Battlefield collection, even a God of War collection, because even though they have like pre-orders for that, from a collector's edition from limited run games and all these other stores that do it, they're gone within 2 minutes.
Oh yeah. No, I mean they're going out real quick. Which reminds me, I've got something to share on limited run in the news section in the back half of the show. So don't let me forget.
Okay.
But no, that's most of what I've been playing. I take it back. I have piddled around again with Shape of the World a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone back to Hollow Knight yet, just because I'm so thoroughly engrossed in Dead Cells right now. I think I need to burn myself out on Dead Cells before I'm ready to go back to Hollow Knight with the new Godmaster DLC. But I am looking forward to getting to the point where I'm ready to bust back into that now that game is content complete.
Nice.
So, which there is another tidbit related to both Dead Cells and Hollow Knight for the news section as well. So we'll make sure we hit that too. But no, that's most of what I've been playing. I need to get back to Flint Hook, especially now that my limited run copy of Flint Hook arrived in the mail yesterday as well, actually. So, but it's coming. Other than that, no, I think that pretty much covers it. So, that being said, here's a perfect good place to say break. And we're back with news. So I wanted to let's start with the heavy subject here. That way we don't have to end on it. This past weekend saw tragedy in Jacksonville, Florida, at a Madden NFL tournament. At this point, I refuse to say the gunman's name to give him any more notoriety than anywhere else is already giving him. I think he's a scum human being that I hope rots in obscurity somewhere, long dead and forgotten. But the speculation or the word is, and I still have not been able to track down confirmation, was that the gunman had himself been playing in the tournament and lost earlier in the day, and then proceeded to open fire on those that were still there and playing. I've seen a few conflicting reports as far as how many dead.
Two are
I will
dead.
say, what is it?
They confirmed that 2 were dead.
Okay. So, and I think I saw somewhere between 9 and 11 injured and sent to the hospital. Last I heard, were in stable condition though. So, but it's dumb. It's stupid. I'm a little irked because I'm already seeing some people coming out talking about how, it raging against media, going, video games promote violence and this is the kind of shit that happens. Like,
It's even worse than that.
Well, and the thing is frankly, the only places that I'm seeing talking about that connection, not that it exists, but that are even spinning it, are the games media saying, protect and defend our industry. And meanwhile, I'm kind of skimming through news channels and news feeds, and I don't see anybody else talking about it. It's a thing, and that's where it happened.
I think that depends on where you decide to go, because I haven't seen anything like that on IGN. I haven't seen anything like that on Destructoid, Nintendo Life. Like, I haven't seen any of that kind of talk. I've mostly been... What's been more hurtful about this is that I've been seeing people on Twitter posting other Twitter users saying things that EA should have made a better game, or, maybe everybody should have bought a season pass to have shields and stuff like that to protect themselves. Like, people have been disgusting about the whole incident. And it's been just people, not so much the news media, but just like individual humans like you and me going on social media and saying stuff like that and posting it. So that's been the more disgusting thing about this. I'm just like, there was a shooting, there was an innocent tournament. A player lost his temper because he lost and retaliated in a deadly manner. And you don't expect that to happen at any kind of. You really don't expect that to happen anywhere. But because this is a video game tournament and it had to be in Madden, of course people had to connect it some way to EA. And to me, that's more disgusting. Just like 2 people lost their lives and other people could have lost more. Like, more damage could have been done. And the killer did kill himself. I don't know how long the shooting was, but it's on it. But while they were streaming it, or streaming everybody playing, they caught the act. So
yeah, I saw that, and it's the footage is out there for anybody that wants to see it. I will not be posting a link to it. It's graphic. It's rough. I don't, other than just for the sake of historical preservation, I don't know why it needs to be out there, but it is. So, I mean,
I think it is out there because of it being streamed and being recorded and people taking clips. So, of course, in case of there's like a documentary or something like that, evidence, there's evidence to show that.
When you have this kind of thing, for me personally, if you have that kind of thing, turn it over to the police, and that's as far as it needs to go.
I think the police do have
media, YouTube, and the like is just looking for attention from somebody's misfortune.
Yeah, I think police have the evidence because I think EA probably or whoever was over the tournament, I think they turned it in to the police. That's what my assumption is.
So, but in any case,
they're still investigating.
They're
still investigating the story. So they they haven't fully gave wrapped everything up because they're trying to find a motive. I think they're trying to find motive. They want to see if he bought the gun or if he had the gun, like how he acquired it and stuff like that. So they're still doing investigations with that. So
Right.
I seen your
But
eye.
I think that's where we'll leave that, because I don't know if there's anything more that needs to be said at this point that hasn't already been said elsewhere or here. But moving on into more chipper news. I mentioned there's some news from Limited Run Games. As announced from their E3 press conference, they, here in just a couple of days, open pre-orders for the Limited Run Games Switch port of Dust in Elysian Tale is going live. Like I said, these are open pre-orders. This is not limited to, 2,000, 10,000, whatever worldwide. As long as you get your pre-order in by the close date, you've got a copy coming to you. And if I remember right, I believe you're looking $30. And what makes this unique here or stand out is that Limited Run Games isn't just, publishing the hard copy. They're actually doing the port work. That's kind of a standout here, and I'm really excited to see. I genuinely hope they have tremendous success with this, and that we see them tackle some more like this. Dust is a phenomenal game. It absolutely deserves a second playthrough for anyone that's already played it, and if you've not gotten to yet, this is your opportunity to jump on and see what it's all about. It is a gorgeous game. I loved the voice acting. I loved the writing. The gameplay is spectacular. It's solid from front to back. Absolutely worth your dollars. But yeah, that's going up, and I will drop a link to that in the show description as well, so you guys can mark your calendars and get your pre-orders in. So you've got time, but don't sit on it. As soon as you can, get that pre-order in, lock it down, make it yours.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it. I'm assuming it's just the case and the cartridge, like the case in the game.
Case, cartridge, and I'm betting Limited Run usually puts in at least a manual or a mini art book.
Okay. Because I know
I got a hook in the mail just yesterday, like I said, and it's case, cartridge, and little mini art book that fits right where the instruction manual goes.
I know I have it on PS3, so I gotta see how things are looking. If I could order a copy, I'm gonna try. If not, I'll definitely gonna buy the game when it comes to Switch, the digital version. Because like you said, it is good, it is fun to play, and I haven't beat it yet on PS3.
And I didn't either, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity to sit down with it again on a more convenient console, and finally play through it front to back. I will say I'm finding I'm finishing more games here on my Switch than I was on other platforms, just because of that convenience factor. It's easy for me to get more time in when I'm not tethered to a TV, and I'm really enjoying that fact. So, but in any case, anything else you want to hit on there, or do you want to jump forward? Because I know you've got one or two things you wanted to hit on.
We could jump forward. Dotemu, or Dotemu, I don't know how to say their name, but they announced on Monday Streets of Rage 4 is coming. We do not have any platforms or release date. We do know that Axel and Blaze is in the game. It looks like you'll be finding some historic figure with magical powers. The art style is very different. It's very up to date, so it's not sprite based. Yuri Kano, I think is his name, that did the Streets of Rage soundtracks in the past day. Nothing has been officially announced, but people are thinking that he's working on the music for this game. You can go see the trailer that comes out. My problem that I have with it is that I don't want rock music to be in this game. Streets of Rage is house, dance, trance, techno, soundtrack beat 'em up kind of game, and I need that to be in part 4. Other than that, it's definitely a must buy. That been doing very good working with Sega to remaster these games or making the sequel, like really updating these their past games and releasing them out like indie titles. So, shout outs to them, and hopefully we do get a physical copy like next year. And hopefully we get some more characters because they only show Blaze and Axel. And I'm just like, where the heck is Skate at? Where's the other black representation?
Right.
So.
Yeah, I feel like the right balance of characters to be one more character to choose than max players in the game. So if it's a 3-player game co-op, there should be 4 characters to choose from.
Yes.
So that's always kind of been my stance on the subject. And other one that got announced that you wanted to hit on.
So Onimusha Warlords is coming to Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. I think and PC. It's coming out to those 4 platforms. But definitely for me, just it coming out and it being on Switch is a must-have for me. I believe this is the first game from the Onimusha series.
I don't know. I am not super familiar with the Onimusha series of games.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that really sticks out in my head from Onimusha is that ridiculously awesome sword controller from the PS2.
Oh my goodness, I do not remember that. I have not seen it.
Oh my God, look it up, dude. It's maybe like 2.5 feet long replica sword, and it's got like all the buttons and shit on the handle, and it's one of the first dabblings in motion control because you can sit there and like swing the sword to make your character sword swing in the game.
See,
it even a stand for it, like a display stand for it and everything.
Yeah, see, I don't remember that being announced. Like, I remember seeing the game, but I didn't know they had a controller for it.
Oh yeah, it was there. It was a real thing, baby. So
Interesting.
So at this point, my interest in Onimusha Warlords is 0 until they announce a re-release of that sword controller.
Oh my goodness! Well, you have the Joy-Con,
so. But yeah, that's where I'm at on that one. But yeah, no, Onimusha, it's alive and well. It's not dead. That's awesome. We like that.
Yeah, and it's a remaster, so they're going to be updating the graphics to make it look HD. They have a trailer out, but I don't know if they're doing like 4K or anything for like Xbox One or anything.
Right.
So it says the remaster sets to include a visual overhaul with HD graphics. You can switch between widescreen and 4:3 ratio options. There will also be reportedly a screen scroll feature for a widescreen display in which the background scrolls up and down according to your movements, as well as analog stick support, an easy difficulty option available from the start, and a new soundtrack complete with Japanese voiceovers. The game will be available on January 15, 2019 in Europe and North America. With the former only receiving the title as a digital release. So I think we're only getting the game as a digital release. We're not getting physical.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It's so. Don't worry. People will order from Europe or they'll order from Japan. So you know how to get the physical copies from other places. You do it for this game.
Yep. So, last... We'll call it sort of news story, sort of announcement thing I want to hit on here is there's a Facebook group that is near and dear to me and
before we go there, sorry, last one, everybody. The Super
you
Smash
got?
Bros. Ultimate Switch Pro controller has been shown, and there is a collection of the
Sick, actually.
Yeah, that's the pre-orders are up on Best Buy. It is $140 at the moment. That is due to change. Also, a brand new purple and silver new Nintendo 2DS XL is coming to North America, so you guys can check Nintendo Life to see the picture. It's going to be packed in with Mario Kart 7.
Installed.
It looks really good. It looks like a game. It has that GameCube aesthetic to it, but it does, instead of having that black and silver to it, it's just purple and silver.
Oh yeah, no, I actually kind of dig the look on it. I do wish the purple was maybe a little bit deeper color purple or deeper shade of purple, but it looks good.
I wonder if it may be the material that they're using. Because if it was a little bit darker, it would have the GameCube purple to it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, those are a few announcements that have snuck out. The Smash Brothers Special Edition also has a steelbook case in it, by the way.
Yeah.
So that thing actually looks pretty fucking sick. All black with the fiery Smash logo from the original teaser. Yes. Looks awesome. So, but yeah, but not least, like I said, I want to touch on something that it's near and dear to me personally, and is actually kind of responsible for this show coming into existence in the first place. In an offshoot group from IGN's NVC podcast is called the NVC Video Game Book Club. It's been up and running for several years. Over the last 6 to 12 months, the group's kind of gone silent, kind of gone dormant, and there's been some rumblings and some chatter every once in a while that, hey, what's going on? Can we get this going again? And I spoke with the owners and the admins of the group, and that group has now been turned over into my hands, and we're bringing it back, baby. So voting is open right now for the September game of the month. We've gone through the first round of voting. It's a three round process. We start with voting between home console and handheld. From there, we select a platform from the winning category, and after we find which system we're playing on, we're going to be voting on one of 3 games as selected by the community. And for the month, for that month, we'll be playing through that game, sharing conversation, progress, thoughts, artwork, all kinds of shit on the Facebook group there. And at the end of the game, we will gather up a couple of the most active posters in the group into a once a month, end of the month discussion group podcast on the game of the month. So that's an awesome thing that you guys should totally check out. If you want to search that on Facebook and join in, there's still time to let your voice be heard as we decide on the September game, and that is the NVC Video Game Book Club on Facebook. Come join us. Come play with us.
Yeah.
Eddie's distracted.
I'm sorry, everybody.
He's busy voting for what platform we're going to be playing on right now.
We'll probably end up playing on Switch. I'm busy. I'm busy because I'm checking to make sure that different announcements that wasn't shown in the Nintendo Direct. I mean the Nindies showcase that just happened. There's some more stuff pouring out because like Sorcery got announced, but I don't think that wasn't in the showcase. So I was just checking on there. But yeah, the NVC Video Game Book Club. There'll be indies, there'll be Nintendo games. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, what we play is totally up to you guys. It is by the people for the people.
Now, I will say this though. It may be hard for some people to play like N64 or GameCube or Super Nintendo games, but if some of those games are on the NES Mini Classics or Super Nintendo Classics, or if you got an original copy, we can play. We'll be able to go that route into playing it. I advise not to do anything that you shouldn't do to get a hold of that copy. But if you do end up missing the game or stuff, at least check out the discussions, and if you want to look at it on YouTube, you can. That'll be up to you. If you cannot get a copy of that game to play, because we want to include everybody. We don't want to have people just voting on the system that majority of the group members don't have. That might...
If it's not a game that's widely available, it's probably not going to get voted in because you're likely going to be voting for games that you can play.
Yes.
So it's a way to make sure that there's power to the people in the decision making there. So. And if the game of the month isn't your cup of tea, that's all right. You can still at least enjoy the chatter, the conversation, and then make sure you vote for next month's.
Yes, and to let everybody know, we would like to mix it up. So if we continue just to do console, we may have to switch it to handheld automatically and put some games on there.
There's process in place, so whenever a system is picked, it's dropped out of the rotation for voting until we've gone through everything, at which point all the stuff is put back in. So you'll never have, 2 months of Switch in a row unless, Switch is the last one chosen and then the first one for the next full rotation.
Yeah.
So, if we get through all the consoles and all that's left is handheld, then straight to handheld we go.
Yes. But that's if... you guys.
But we will be playing on. We'll be playing on a little bit of everything.
Yes, and that's if we are able to get to those games, because we don't want people to be like, well, what about the Famicom system? Well, a lot of people here in America don't own the Famicom, so we're mostly doing U.S. consoles and U.S. handhelds. If there is a release that came to America digitally that was only in Japan, like a Famicom or Super Famicom game, if we're able to play it on like Wii U or something, then it'll be up for available to and vote to play.
Yeah, and I mean, whatever game gets chosen, I will make sure that I'm posting in the group all the places you can find it and where and how you can play it. So.
So we'll be able to go that route where we're playing the games.
So yeah, make sure you join us. Again, like I said, we're wiping the slate clean on any of the previous games just because of how long the group's been dormant. So everything is on the table. Again, there's still time to jump in right now and help vote and pick September's game. And we hope to see you there. That's it. That's all I got.
You're not going to plug the show?
I just did.
You didn't plug anything for like Shout Engine or stuff like that, where to find us.
No, I was rapping for news.
You have to plug also for the show. Don't just end it up on there.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for you to pick up and say something, goofball.
No, you the one that's wrapping it up so you can go ahead and plug. I'm already done.
Oh, for God's sakes, fine. All right, so that's it for us this week. As always, you can find us at our home on shoutengine.com, iTunes, and Google Play Music. We appreciate when you leave the likes and the comments and the reviews. And, of course, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode. We're on every week on Tuesday. And we've also, with the announcement and the news drop of the Nindy Showcase from Nintendo today, there will be an extra Warp World episode going up tomorrow covering all the news from the Nindy Showcase. Eddie, anything else you want to hit on before we say goodnight?
Nope, that's it.
All right, say goodnight, Gracie.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time on World 1 Podcast.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.